So after going through and taking a look at a few different iPhones that Apple released this year, it's kind of coming down to a, conclusion almost that the iPhone Air is one of those iPhones that people like in terms of the engineering, but nobody really wants to go through and buy this iPhone, and nobody really cares to own this type of iPhone. Now, what I mean by this is from my day-to-day, use case when I'm going out and about, when I'm actually going through and, let's say I'm going to the Apple store or I'm walking around in real life, I'm actually seeing that not a lot of people are actually going through and owning something or buying something like an iPhone Air. You might see some iPhone Airs that are being bought if you happen to walk into the side of an Apple store or something like that, but I have yet to see an iPhone Air in real life. I have seen an iPhone 17 Pro a couple of times, but I have not seen an iPhone Air just yet. And, typically it's pretty easy to, kind of view and see an iPhone Air because it's so thin and you can tell kind of with the display size. But that's kind of what's going on that side, which is kind of surprising. However, with that being said, I will say, even though the iPhone Air, it's getting pretty decent reviews because people actually kind of like owning a small phone, it's still looking like a lot of people just don't want to go through and buy an iPhone that's, $1,000 if they can buy something like an $800 iPhone 17, the standard one, and get a really good experience from that one. So I feel like, the iPhone Air, people aren't really going through and, not buying this phone because it's bad or anything like that. I think they're just saying that maybe, the iPhone 17 is such a better phone in so many different ways that people are just going through and buying a phone like that. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, from what I'm kind of looking at, it's looking like that is kind of the better idea. So although I like the iPhone Air, I think for $1,000, it just doesn't really make too much sense. And I just genuinely wouldn't really recommend buying a phone like that. If if money's a problem, I'd recommend just going through and buying something like an iPhone 17 at that point. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.